to our first episode of the Prelude Cares Network Podcast. And I am so excited to be able to talk to, gosh, how long have we known each other, Paul? 30 years almost? More?
20, maybe 28, because Christopher's 30.
Okay. All right. So
Ish.
almost 30 years.
Yeah.
To have my buddy Paul Isenberg as our guest. What's up, Paul?
Hey, Steven. Good to see you, man.
It's great to see you. It's great to see you. It's funny. How did we first meet? Because I know we used to play hoops every Wednesday night against each other. Is that where we met?
We met, I think, in church. That's why I was saying with Christopher being almost 30, I was holding Christopher and you and Beth were behind us when Nicole and I were there with Christopher and got talking to you, and just that's how we met.
Wow.
Divine intervention. Good people in my life through divine intervention.
Yeah, I guess so. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
And that was back in media at Nativity Parish.
1996, 97.
Wow. And Christopher is 30 years old or almost 30?
30, yeah, 30.
What the heck happened? How did that happen?
We got old like overnight.
We were 30 then. I was not even 30.
I was like 32, I think. Yeah, so we've grown up together. How about that?
There you go. And I love the colored shirt, the orange.
Yeah, it's our Divine Nine golf outing. This is an oldie, but I was just telling you earlier that we just sold our Divine Nine golf outing out. It's our 21st year or 18th, 19th year with the golf outing. So such good people, man. Just good people.
Sold out, and where is it?
Billy Cricket, September 2nd, always the Tuesday after Labor Day, and we sell out both courses. And this year we had such a great golf committee, and everybody just stepped up and really did a good job. It's all about the process, man.
That is, I mean, you have a lot of golf outings at places that are kind of mid-level.
Yeah.
Golf clubs. That's
not
one of
mid-level.
The premier.
Yeah.
That's one of the premier venues for golf outing in this region.
It's true. I'm just lucky they let me even come near it. The way my
they
golf
don't even
game
let
is.
Golf carts on, right? It's all
no. You can have golf carts on one of them, Alicia Hill.
One.
Yeah, we do a scramble on one course and then play your own ball on the other course with the caddy. So.
I remember having the caddy at the one course, and it was the only time I had like a true golf caddy who would go up ahead and kind of tell you what club to use. And I played my best round because you had a coach there.
Yeah, it's different game, isn't it?
Different game. It's amazing. Well, talking about a different game, when obviously when we first met, you talked about Nicole.
Yeah.
And Christopher was 2.
Yep.
And tell us about your story, because
so
the game has changed since then.
Yeah, my big story is, or the main part of my story is, I married Nicole, met her in college, and took me a long time, 6.5 years to get a date with her, or 4 years to get a date with her, and finally,
right?
Yeah, Westchester University, got a date. We were together and got married in 91, and Christopher came in 95, and then she became pregnant with Gabby in 96, and then had Gabby at the end of 97, and had a lot of issues that we couldn't figure out health-wise, and it turned out that she had stage 4 Hodgkin's disease while she was pregnant. Gave birth to Gabby a little bit early, and then went right into treatment for 6.5 years, and passed away after a long and tough battle on August 2nd, which was just recently. That was 22 years ago. And she was 38 years old, and she was just a light and kind and loving. And, I think my life is better because of her, and because I got to meet her and be with her and had the privilege of being her husband, and just kind of impacted my whole life from that point on. So
sad and tragic and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, God's got a plan.
Do you feel like, I mean, you've done, and we'll talk a little bit about, what you've done with her legacy, but do
Mhm.
you feel like she's watching over you every day?
Yeah, I talk to her a fair amount, and as the kids are getting older, and uh, I, she's always a part of. I see her in the office every day. We have pictures of her in the office. There's pictures of her around my personal office, but yeah, I think I'm definitely connected with her. I think she's connected into this organization, and I just feel her presence a lot. I really do.
I can imagine. So I'm slow. I just did the math. She would be 50 or she would be turning 50?
No, she would be 60.
60. Okay. God, wow. I'm
Yeah,
really slow,
she
right?
would be, I think she would be almost 61. She was a little bit older than me, but not
Okay.
by much. So I just turned 60 in May, and she probably would have been 61 this past May. So May 19th was her birthday.
May 19th.
Yeah, crazy.
And you talk about her being in the office. Tell me a little bit about what was Great Guys Group. Now
Yeah.
is bringing home. Talk about the evolution of that. How'd that get started?
Yeah, and people are so kind about the work that we've done, and I'm like, this could not have been planned out. Timmy, Sherry, and I started doing an event in 2001 called the Great Guy Dinner because I would come home. Nicole was in treatment, the kids were little, I was working full time, and I would be very busy like everybody, and I wasn't really seeing any of my friends. So I would come home and say, hey, I just ran into Steve Grandizio. What a great guy. I never get a chance to see anybody. And I think she got tired of me complaining and said, why don't you hold an event and invite who you like and raise money for a charity? So at the time, Timmy Sherry was running golf outings for Coaches versus Cancer, and he was frustrated because people weren't really getting back to him, and he was tired of pushing it. So I said, Nicole's got this idea. We just do this dinner where we'll just invite who we want and have a good time and raise money for a charity. And he had the connections to Coaches versus Cancer through the American Cancer Society. And we both had, like you, had spent years building a network. So we just started inviting people, and we, for 8 years, raised about $500,000 for Coaches versus Cancer doing the Great Guy Dinner, and we just invite people we like, men and women, just to have fun. So we did the Great
And that
Guy
was eight
Dinner.
year 8 years you did it for Coaches versus Cancer.
Yeah, we did it for ACS. We paid for the kitchen at Hope Lodge in Northeast Philadelphia. We're the second biggest donor to Hope Lodge. It's dedicated to Nicole. It's beautiful. I was just there not too long ago, and they do a great job there, the staff. And the event just kept growing. And then between years 7 and 8, one of our great guys passed away from his cancer battle. We heard his wife and kids were struggling. So we went to one of our donors and said, every year you write a check to the ACS for $5,000 for Coaches versus Cancer. This year, write them a $3,000 check. Give us the two cash, and together we'll give this money to the family. We weren't an organization. We didn't have a bank account. None of that stuff. So
What year is this?
this is probably '07. So we gave the
Okay.
money to the family, and the impact that Timmy and I felt from this family for that money was really powerful. And to the point where neither one of us professed to be very bright. And I said, there's something here. And because I mean, $2,000 isn't nothing, but it's not a million, right? But I think the impact was not only about the money, but it was also about the fact that somebody cared enough to reach out and do what they can. And so between year 7 and 8, we started bringing hope home, but at the time it was called the Great Guys Group. After the dinner, we were the Great Guys Group. We bring hope home was our tagline. So we owned
I didn't know
both the Great Guy Dinner, Great Guys
that.
Group, and Bringing Hope Home. So we just became Bringing Hope Home, so we didn't have to change anything and build a board, hired employees, became like a real grown-up organization, which was never the goal. That was never, we just wanted to help people. We just wanted to figure it out. And through the Great Guy Dinner, we had the good fortune of learning how to raise money.
Mhm.
And we learned a lot from our partnership with the ACS. And we just wanted to grow and take care of people. That was really all we want to do. So what we do now is, in 2008, we became our own company called, at the time, Great Guy Group, became Bringing Hope Home. And we pay household necessity bills for local families with cancer: rent, mortgage, utility, car payment, food, help with projects if they need it, plumbing, roofing, car, whatever. However we can take care of families, that's what we want to do. And um, we started out in 2008. We raised 125 grand, predominantly from the dinner, and helped 10 families. This year we're going to raise $3.3 million, I think, and help 1,000 plus families this year.
Wow.
And we're going to cross 11,000 families helped, I think, September, October.
But you know firsthand what each one of those thousand,
Yeah.
what it means to them. That's incredible. And I remember talking to you, gosh, right at the beginning. And one of the things you always touted was you gave X to each family on an average,
Right.
but it really was a multiplier factor because you've developed relationships with the utility companies and some others. Talk about what is the average per family donation you guys make?
Yeah, it's approximately, I would say, between $1,200 and $1,300. And we don't give the family money. The families get nominated to us by the social worker at the hospital. And then the bills are included that the family needs to be paid with that nomination. The family has to be in our geography, which is on our website, has to be nominated by the social worker, and has to be in active treatment according to the social worker. And then we write the checks directly to the bills.
Hmm.
And part of that is, and we're a big partner with people like Acme Markets. So all of our families who live near an Acme get Acme gift cards so they can get food and nourishment. And
That's
then, yeah, and we have relationships with great organizations. So many. One of them, for example, is Pico. And we have a relationship with Pico where we can call them and say, hey, we just got the Smith family. I know they're into you for a lot of money. If you can get rid of the penalties and the shut-off notices and the late fees, we'll write the check for X number of dollars today and FedEx it to you, or pay online. So we really try to work, because people are in business and they have to get paid. So we just try to make it so we can get the most out of that dollar for that family. So now they don't have to worry about the power getting turned off.
wow. And you think so, a place like Pico, and I know you're in other areas
Yes.
outside of Pico's network.
Yes.
How did that first phone call happen? Did they jump on board right away, or is that a lot of
No,
years of
no. Well,
convincing?
you know what it's like. It's like in business, when you're new, you got to prove yourself. So nobody knew who we were. We had no track record other than trying. And then we went from like helping 10 families to helping 30 families to helping 60 families to helping 100 families. We're helping, I think it took us 4 years to help 100 families in 1 year. And we're now helping between 70 and 100 families a month regularly. Regularly. So it just took us a while to build the process, build the infrastructure, become a business. And then once the bigger you get, the more you do, the more people hear of you, the more opportunities you have to figure out how to help families better. So I think in Pico's context, we had some people that we knew inside as employees, and we were kind of like, hey, this is what we do. Who can we talk to? You know,
Mhm.
it's like going fishing, right? You got your stuff, you got your tools, drop it in the ocean, see what happens.
Throw the net out, right? Throw
Throw
the
the
net
net
out.
out, see what comes in.
So you gave everybody a homework list to go on the website, which is great. What is your footprint without going onto the website?
Oh, well, our website's bringinghopehome.org, bringing hope
Yep.
home, all one word, .org. And our
What's the
footprint,
geographic?
what's that?
Geographic footprint.
Geographic footprint is all of Delaware,
Mhm.
all of New Jersey, southeastern PA, Chester, Montgomery, Bucks, Delaware, Philadelphia counties, into the Lehigh Valley, into Harrisburg, into Lancaster, Baltimore, and Maryland, and the Eastern Shore of Maryland, Southern New York, Southern Connecticut.
Wow.
So we go where we get money. So we have companies that have locations in specific counties in Connecticut. So we think we should help families in that area with the money from that area. So we can, number one, I think it's the right thing to do. Number two, it's a great story to tell. Is we go up to visit with those people. We can say, just so you know, we've helped 150 families in Connecticut because of you. I don't know if that's the right number, but just as an example. So we work really hard to try to keep that money that's raised in a specific area in that area. So
Smart. Well, and it gives you an ability to grow, right? That's a great roadmap to be able to grow. Is the goal to eventually be all up and down the East Coast, national? What is the goal? Because obviously
our
cancer
goal
doesn't,
is,
right?
yeah, right. Our goal is to just keep helping families, as many as we can, in the most efficient way and the warmest way possible. We don't have a specific march towards, the southern end, the New England, out west. We're growing and trying to develop the business to be as strong and as efficient as it can be right now where we are, and then to grow as opportunities come. We're discussing other states, but I don't want to say anything because I don't want to give people the reason to call us and then we have to say no. So, but where we are now is we're southeastern PA, all of Delaware, all of New Jersey, southern New York, southern Connecticut, and down in Maryland.
Well, partners like Acme, because they're now Albertsons, right? They're
Yes.
national. They probably can help you grow in different areas, right?
Yeah, they could. Like, so
slowly
they've
but surely.
Yeah, they've been Albertsons for a while. We get some support from Safeway in areas where Safeway is and Acme's not.
Got it.
So it's, you know how it is. You just continue to work and continue to reach out to people, and you make 20 phone calls and one person gets back to you, and you just go to work. Like, we're down in Maryland and Baltimore. We doing a great guy dinner in Baltimore in March. It'll be March 12th of 2026, and all that money stays in Baltimore. It's the bank is in Baltimore. It's M&T Bank. We keep the money down there. We help families in that area. So when we have the dinner, we have 20 people that are families that we helped at the dinner. So because it's the way it should be. This is
Right.
where the money's raised. We have a committee down there that's helping us grow. That's wonderful. And it's just a lot. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Incredible. It's incredible how much you've grown in less than 20 years, right?
It's crazy.
From the great guys dinner, or just a gathering of great guys, quote unquote,
Yeah.
to what it is today. And a lot of it is the people, the team you've been able to build.
Our team's amazing. Our team, we're a team. We're looking for our 14th person. That'll bring us to, like I said, this next position will be 14 people, 2 of which are part-time. It's a marketing event kind of combined position. We're so busy. We run real hard. We run real fast. Like, it's kind of funny. Everybody's on vacation. Like the last week of July to like the second week of August, everybody's on vacation, which is great. I want people to take their vacation, but we come back and we sprint to the end of the year. We're a calendar year company. Right after Labor Day, we start back our golf outing September 2nd. We'll work that golf outing. We'll debrief on that, and then we're right into our fashion show, which is October 24th. And then we have the Adopt a Family Christmas program, and then we skid into the end of the year.
So tell us about your golf outings. Both your golf outings are sold out.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Fashion show?
Fashion show's not sold out. It's called the Ella Bella Fashion Show. It's on Friday, October 24th. I think this year the theme is a masquerade ball, and the models are for a rough description, are 50-50 families that we've helped and donors.
That's
So we
great.
have it at the Drexel Brook in Delaware County, and it is so much fun and so much energy, and it's just a ball. It's just a ball. It's just so much fun. We get about 400 people, and it'll just be all goodness and love and energy.
And you do it on a weeknight, like the
Friday night.
right? Okay. Oh, Friday night. All right.
Friday night. Yeah, it's like the beginning of the weekend. So,
all right. So that's
awesome.
in October. What's the date again?
October 24th. Friday, October 24th.
October 24th, and then still opportunities for sponsorships.
Yes,
and
sponsors, people to come, get tables, and we're with Nordstrom's and other boutiques that dress out our models, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's the best.
Tell me about the Adoptive Family Christmas.
Adoptive Family is your business, family, church, school, group. You can raise money and send it to Bringing Hope Home. We'll give you a family that your money will buy gift cards for, and that family goes online and shops for their Christmas presents and hopefully gets back to you with a story about who you helped and why you helped them. And we'll help about 300 or 400 of the families that we've helped this year will need help at Christmas time. And we'll also help families at Thanksgiving with Acme, at a Thanksgiving dinner for their families through Acme Markets and Acme providing gift cards.
And I've heard you speak on this a number of times. Even if you have the best insurance ever, if somebody in the family gets cancer, what kind of financial impact are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. If you get diagnosed with cancer, even with healthcare benefits, your out-of-pocket can be tens of thousands of dollars. And that doesn't count loss of work. You know, when Nicole was sick, she was treated for 4 years at Penn and 2 years at NIH down in Bethesda. And when she was at NIH, she had a bone marrow transplant, and she had to go there every other day for like 6 weeks. So you get in the car, you take off work, you go, drive 2.5 hours, get caught in traffic, you're paying tolls, you're buying lunch, you're buying dinner, because that's what you got to do. It doesn't even count that. So, you know, families come to us usually by the time they're down that road a little bit, or maybe either their income got cut by 50% or 100%, and they're really struggling, and they're got kids, and they, you know, are they going to live on the street? We're just trying to give them, you know, if you think about it, the $1,200 to $1,300 or the $2,000 up to that we do pay bills with, that's like a bridge over a short time. You know, we try to get people over the humps till they get back to work, you know, and just try to keep them safe and in their home and with their lights on and food on the table and the air conditioning or the heat running and their phones working. We just want to get them over a tough time.
Do you, and you know, for a lot of families that scratches the surface, like you said.
Yeah.
Do you partner with other similar nonprofits to help close some of the gaps?
Yeah, we do. We partner with a lot of hospitals who have money to spend, foundations. We will just say to them, split this with us. We'll give everybody credit. It'll be fine. So we work with a lot of hospitals like that. So that's one of the big focuses for the next 3 years is how to grow that hospital partnership, because a lot of hospitals aren't really set up anymore to manage that foundation because they're so busy. You see it every day with little smiles, you know, the nurses, the social workers, the finance people, they're all so busy at hospitals. So where we go in and we'll say, tell us how much we have, what your budget is, and we'll take care of the families. They can be from your hospital, and we'll report back to you what we did. So in a way, they outsource it to us a little bit. We do that. Yeah, and we do with other charities that are more foundations that have the money, and they're like, we just want to help families, but nobody knows who they are because they're a little bit more private. So they'll call us up and say, we got X number of dollars to spend for this year in these locations, and then we refer families that we've helped to them to get extra help. So we work with a lot of other charities.
You do? Okay, so
yes.
Other charities as well.
Yes.
So going back, I mean, you told a couple stories, but kind of rewinding back to your story.
Hmm.
Back to after Nicole passed,
Yes.
because obviously there's a grieving process that probably
Yes.
never ends.
Yes.
Um, and but something beautiful, not just bringing hope home, but another beautiful relationship
Yeah.
came out of that.
Yeah. I am the most blessed man you'll ever meet. I really am. And I don't say that to be funny or arrogant or anything. I am just truly grateful for all that God's given me in my life. When Nicole was sick, we had so many good friends and people in our lives. And then she passed that Saturday morning, August 2nd, 2003. And I never thought I'd get married again. I wanted to raise the kids. My kids were 8 and 6 at the time. I just wanted to raise the kids, live my life, and then figured out the Paul stuff out later. And um, I, uh, I
Pause there for
get,
1 second.
yeah,
So Christopher was 8, Gabby was 6.
yes.
What are their memories of their mom?
They have great memories. I mean, Christopher sometimes more than Nicole, more than Gabby because he was a little bit older. But she was even when she was her sickest, she was all love and all fun, and we still keep in touch with Nicole's family, so they're connected there, and so Nicole's, I think, and I look at my kids and I see that I see her in them. Like my youngest is beautiful and kind and fun, like Nicole was, and Christopher is sweet and compassionate like she was. So they have her, and they're both smarter than me, so they're smart like she was. So that's definitely a positive. But um, so Nicole passed, and I had got reconnected to a woman whose husband I played football with. I played football at Westchester with Michael Horrocks, who was one of the pilots on 9/11 that went into the Trade Center. And Nicole and I had met his wife at Little League Baseball the September before or the summer before, was it? It was April before 9/11 of '01. And I met Miriam because Miriam's son Mick and my son Christopher were playing Little League Baseball at the same time, they're the same age, they're 3 days apart. And we were introduced by uh, mutual friends, and she said, "You went to Westchester." I said, "I did." And she said, "You played football with my husband, Michael Horrocks." I said, "I did." He was a little bit older, but yeah. So I never met Miriam in college. And we started, then 2 years later, she had heard Nicole passed by the mutual friends that introduced us. And she reached out, and because there's not a lot of 38-year-old widows. And she connected me to some therapy for the kids, and was a nice year. And I was not ready to start dating someone. And I went out to lunch with a friend of mine named Tom, and we were sitting outside, and this woman comes walking towards me with a puppy, and we had to put our puppy down like 6 months before Nicole passed, so I was gonna get the puppy for the kids for Christmas. So I'm talking to this woman, and she gave me a card for the dog breeder, and then she went on her way, and then Tom and I were talking. He goes, and Miriam and I had started having lunch kind of once a week just to check in, no romantic at all, and he goes, "What's going on with this woman you're seeing for lunch?" And I said, "Nothing." I said, "She's great. We talk on the phone. She connected me to a therapist. She's helping me with like social security and who to call and that kind of stuff." And he said, "Well, I think something's going on." I said, "Well, nothing's going on. I'm not lying to you." He goes, "No, I don't think you're lying. I think something's going on and you don't see it." And I was like, "Oh." So I took that business card and I called Miriam and said, "Hey, do you want to go look for a dog with me for the kids out like Kennett Square, half hour, 40-minute ride?" So I picked her up and we went out and we left all the way out the whole time there and all the way back. And then one thing led to another, and we started seeing each other a little bit more. And then we started including the kids, and everybody's in therapy between Miriam and I and the kids. Everybody was in therapy. And, Nicole had given me permission one day when she was really sick. She's like, "Look, we've been married for 12 years. I've loved it. I love you. And if you meet someone the day I die," which didn't happen, but and you want to get married, I want you to marry as long as you're good to the kids. So about 16 months after Nicole passed, Miriam and I got married, and that was 20 years ago.
Wow.
So we just had our 20th anniversary about 6 months ago, and we each had 2 kids and a dog. At one point, we got married. We had 4 kids, and we had 4 dogs at the time. And we went through what 4 kids is, which is chaos.
And Mick and Christopher are 3 days
Yeah.
apart.
So Gabby's the youngest. Mick and Christopher are in the middle at 3 days apart, and then Krista's the oldest. So we've never used the term stepchildren except to describe them, but they're my kids. They're our kids. It's kind of funny. Krista and Mick are my new kids, but it's been 20 years, and everybody kind of laughs. Now, kids are starting to get married. The boys are both getting married. One this fall, one next summer, and Krista's married with 2 kids. And if you come to our house, on our wall, there's pictures of the kids, and there's pictures of Nicole with the kids and I, and pictures of Michael with the kids and I, and Michael and Nicole are part of our lives and part of our family, and their families are part of our family and part of us. And I think that it's worked because Miriam and I match up on family and finance and faith, and we know how blessed we are to find love again. And it's not been easy. It's a lot. There's a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings still, but I think everybody in our family, the 4 kids, and even our extended families, feel the love that we have. We're grandparents now, so that's another layer of love and fun. But
And they're both, and Krista, right?
Krista has 2 kids, and then
yeah.
Mick's getting ready to become the father for a beautiful little 5-year-old boy with his wife to be. And F. Scott Fitzgerald said, "There's all kinds of love that is beautiful, but never the same love twice." And we have really worked hard to be grateful and to be thankful that we found love again. It is not lost on me that I've been married to 2 women that should never speak to me in public. And I have married up twice, and I am completely, fully aware of that.
They say out kicked your coverage. Right?
Out kicked my coverage twice. So if you want to know if God exists, just look at my life.
And it's funny because you're such a man of faith,
mm-hmm.
and yet there's other people who would look at the hand you've been dealt and have the complete opposite, 180-degree opposite perspective. Correct?
Yeah, and that's understandable, right? Like grief is dark, man. Grief is hard. Grief still comes up in my life. I feel it a lot. I lost my dad when he was 57, and he was very important to me, and I lost Nicole, and it can take you down a road. It can take you down a hard road. And I think that the one thing that faith really gives me is that God's in charge. He's got a plan. Your job is not to know the plan. Your job is just to buy into the plan blindly and just know that he's going to take you where you're supposed to go. And that's not easy. So I don't judge anybody who goes down a darker side, but what I try to make sure I live in my life is that it can be dark, but then it's not going to stay dark forever. Or it can be dark and then it's dark for a reason, for you to learn something and take you down a road that God needs you to go to do something for somebody else. And we don't necessarily know what that is, but you're supposed to do that as best you can. And it is hard. And there's days that I struggle.
Well, you've done it as best you can. You're helping 1,000 families a year, which is unbelievable. And the fact that, you know, everything that you just told, the tragedy doesn't end there. Well, tragedy may be the wrong word, right? But it
Well,
doesn't
there's
end there.
tragedy in it. Yeah,
I know
there's
Miriam, right? Miriam, she was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago.
yeah, 8 years ago, she went through her
Wow.
battle. And
I mean, is that like must have had PTSD when that happened?
well, you know what? Yeah, it affected me for sure. But I also said, well, maybe I'm the right person to be by her side because I understand a little bit of what the road's going to be like. Not exactly, but I knew who to call and kind of knew how to navigate a little bit more than I might otherwise. So yeah, it stung, but you know how it is when the people you love are going through it. We'll figure it out. Let's figure it out. What do we got to do? We'll figure it out. That should be like my motto in life. Paul Isenberg, "We'll figure it out" will be my favorite quote because I'm gonna say it like 100 times a day. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. You know, might not figure it out the way we'd like to, but we'll figure it out.
It'll evolve, right? What so and she's doing great,
She's doing great, thank
Miriam.
God. Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, other than being
And
married to me, I'm like, the kids are all out of the house now, but I'm like a 17-year-old at home sometimes.
oh man, you are funny. What
Uh,
so I know you've had your recent
yeah.
health issues.
Yes.
Talk about that? You
Yeah,
okay
sure.
talking about?
I'm an open book. Yeah. I had a tremor start about in the fall of this year or fall of last year, and it kept getting progressively worse. So I just got diagnosed in April with Parkinson's disease. And the bad news is I got Parkinson's disease, and it's not going to get better. And there's no cure, right? The good news is the therapy and what they want you to do is stuff I like to do. So I take boxing workout twice a week. I rock climb once a week. I'm in the gym 3 days a week. My wife's making me walk all over God's creation. When I swear to God, there's an alarm on my rear end that if it sits for more than like 15 minutes, my wife's like, "Come on, we got to go do stuff. Let's go walk. Let's go cut the grass." I'm like, "Okay." So,
All
but
part of therapy. What
uh,
so boxing, you're boxing against somebody else or is it
no,
just
God, no.
a
That
bag?
never.
The
Yeah,
key
just a
bag, heavy
bag.
bag, that
Getting hit in the head's not really good therapy for
no,
Parkinson's disease.
no, I didn't think so.
But I go with a group of like usually 15 people twice a week, and we hit the bag and exercise and lift weights, and it's all Parkinson's. They want you to do big movements, and this is boxing is big explosive movements. So plus I get to beat up on a bag. This is very cathartic for me
And what like why? Like what why the big movements? What's
because
the medical reason?
Parkinson's withdraws you. It makes you tight. Like my hand gets tight in my left arm where the tremor is. So you got to like big movements, big impactful movements that help it to not go there. So it keeps you as loose as possible, as long as possible. And I'm on medication.
And there's no cure, but
Correct.
could you tread water? Could it remain
Yeah,
exact
you can
level
stave off the
intact?
symptoms for a long time, which is what the big movements are for. So I'm down like 12 pounds than I was about
Yeah.
6 months ago. Yeah, and I'm just really trying to just take care of myself because I just want to be around a long time. I love being a grandfather. I love watching my kids grow up. I love my wife. I love my friends. I love the people I'm in life with. I love the people I work with. I just want to be around and be able to contribute as long as possible. That's really what it is at this point. Like I said, I'm 60. Whether I'm here for another year or another 20 years, I just want to be able to enjoy it and just, like I said, soak up everything about life and just do what I'm supposed to be doing. That's
Well,
it.
you're doing it. From the outside looking in, you are absolutely doing it. You're
Oh,
impacting
thanks, man.
so many people positively. And this doesn't come across in a video, but if for people who haven't been in the same room as you,
They're
um,
lucky.
yeah. But I mean, you exude positivity.
Oh, thanks,
'Cause
brother.
you can feel it when you walk into a room, and the fact that you've been dealt so many different tragic situations over the years are doing so much good with it is just a testament to who you are and who I'm sure your dad raised, and who your parents raised in Dover, Delaware, and part of your sports upbringing and everything else. I think, and your Catholic faith.
Yeah, and
I think
I don't
all
think,
of that of who you are.
yeah, God only gives you what you can handle. Sometimes I wish He didn't have so much faith in us, but He only gives you what you can handle. And I know you've gone going through some stuff with your family, and my mom's getting older now, and there's challenges with that. But everybody's got them. Everybody's got them. So and there's the old saying, you don't know what people are walking around with.
Never.
So just try to be
Never.
upbeat and kind and helpful, which I try, but there's days I slip.
Well, I am so thankful to have you in my life, to be able to spend Father's Days,
Yeah, right.
Father's Day weekends together now, and you're doing amazing work with bringing hope home. And gosh, I hope for the rest of the country, you do expand to all parts of the country, because you guys are doing just amazing work and impacting so many families.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man. It's good to see you.
Absolutely. Great seeing you. Tell the family I said hi.
Same to
I'll do the
yours.
same with Beth. And I love your tangerine, man. Keep rocking the tangerine.
Thanks, brother. God bless you. Be well.
See you, Paul.
Bye now.